It's good to see you again. This is very different to what you guys are used to, isn't it? Let's quickly, just want to check on WhatsApp. Oh, hey, I'm getting some custom shirts made for Rage. Let's go. Very different to what you guys are used to, isn't it? Very, very different. Yeah, and yes, I'm playing the theme song again. Just bear with me. What's up, guys? Welcome into the Drip episode 1. Uniquely titled, Fuck It We Ball. Because honestly, today has been a day and I have not been able to prepare to the point that I want to prepare, whatever it might be. Fox, thank you so much for the lurk. I see you there. Little Reaper, how you doing? Welcome with the first. So, what is the Drip? What is the point of this? I'm going to tell you what the point of this is. The Drip is going to be giving you the latest and the greatest in South African esport, the gaming industry, technology industry, whatever it might be. It's a little show that I thought to start doing because I feel like there's a niche that can be filled within the Twitch community, especially in ZA. And why not do something unique, do something a bit different? So here we go. Welcome to the Drip, everybody. Episode 1. And I think having the ABC News theme song remixed is quite the, it's quite appropriate. Sorry, I see you guys can see my lunch from earlier. Guys, I had a rough day. I think I clocked a 10-hour workday today. But that's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to adjust it in my ears so I can actually start hearing myself a bit better. And then there we go. And hopefully the balance is not too bad. Okay, fantastic. So, with that being said, why did I want to start this? Because there's a gap that needs to be filled, and we're going to fill that gap. We're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. And as time goes on, obviously we are going to make ourselves better, and we're going to do ourselves better as well every single time. But yes, so the Drip is here as an informative stream for once. And I'm going to pull guys onto the show as well. I'm going to interview some people as well, especially within the ZA community. See if we can grab a couple of international peeps as well. And not only gamers, I'm going to see if we can pull in people in the workspace, people in the industry, see what we can do. And we're going to really make this as big as we can make it, you know? But yeah, now I'm coming back to our normal music for the next little while. But anyway, so welcome into the first episode. And I think it is maybe an appropriate time now to shift over and show somebody that I asked to get involved with this. And he came through late last night, absolute champ. OG Rafs, I have asked him to be the esports connoisseur. He's going to be filling us in on what's happening, everything esports. Let me quickly grab him up there and we're going to switch over. You guys are going to see me disappear for about 2 minutes and then we're going to check out what Rafs has to say and then we'll be right back. All right. So hang tight, guys. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? It's OG Rafs here, and I'm here to bring you the latest news in and around South African esports. So let's not waste any time, and let's get into it. The final showdown for Valorant kicked off this weekend, with the first match being Ominous versus With Nation. Ominous kicked off their campaign with a brilliant win on map number 1, but by map number 2, things took a dark turn. A member from the With Nation camp came out with allegations of account sharing, and as a result, one of their own teammates called it out, and the game was then forfeited, sending Ominous into the next round against the current champions, Highborn. And in other news from Besa, Synthesis kicks off their campaign against Click Esports with their new signing Mythical, who comes in as their new initiator signing, as Keeney will be away on a study break. And looking at other results coming in from the weekend, we had Team Emulate losing to newcomers Highborn Red Shield. In games to look forward to, we have Fear playing against Red Shield, we have Pandacity playing against EV, and we have Highborn against Ominous. So keep your eyes on socials for the VESA tournament. Alright, let's shift our focus to Rocket League South Africa, with the RLCS kicking off this weekend with a record breaking of 102 different teams signing up for the Sub-Saharan Championship. So keep your eyes on social media and seeing where your favorite teams are playing. Now looking at some sports happening outside our borders, Goliath Gaming has sent their first African team for the Street Fighters Championships in Europe. So best of luck to those guys at Goliath Gaming. And finally, ACGL's Rivals kicked off this weekend with 4 guys, 40 streamers going head to head for a grand total prize of 10,000 Rand. So keep your eyes on social media to find out when your favorite streamers will be playing, and go give them a good support. But anyways, I'm OG Ravs and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Well, there we go. That was OG Rafs coming in with the esports news for South Africa. Thank you so much, Rafs. I appreciate you, homie. Please go show him some love if you have not already. And now everybody might be wondering, Coin, what the hell is this song choice? Why are we having this weird-ass song? I'm going to show you how to make a pound cake. Why is that going on? Well, chat, I want to talk about something real quick. Dispatch released ever so recently, I think about maybe a month old right now, selling 2 million copies. Absolutely phenomenal for a game like that. I mean, I don't think any or a lot of people were actually following the game at this point in time. 22 October, we are a month and 2 days since release with 2 million copies sold, with, if I'm not mistaken, that we're going to be getting a season 2 of Dispatch. Absolutely fantastic. Wow, absolutely wow. Thank you so much for the alert badge, appreciate it. So with that being said, that is phenomenal news from our side. And I think another big thing to note as well is that Critical Role got involved with this franchise and with this game and made it a success. I mean, we've got Matthew Mercer, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, all playing within Dispatch itself, making it the success that it was. And honestly, for anybody out there, I mean, I'm going to quickly grab the game off Steam quickly. Let's see what it's going for right now. I bought it just as it released. Got a little bit of discount from my side, which was great. But right now it's going for 250 Rand on stream. And if you want to, on Steam. And if you want to get yourself the deluxe version, you're going to be looking at about 330 Rand, which I think, honestly, for a game, if you immerse into the story, is absolutely worth it. What's up, Moonline Aries? How you doing? So if you want to go get yourself a game that is worthwhile and has broken 2 million copies in 1 month, go find yourself some Dispatch. Honestly, it is a fantastic game to get into. Right, now back to our regular music. As we start speaking about something else that has also come across my desk as of recently, Steam is entering the console game, shaking the entire environment up, putting PlayStation and Xbox on their toes. How interesting is this? I mean, if we look at the Steam console to what it has released to date, the information, right? It's going to shake and it's going to put PlayStation and Xbox out of business. I mean, integrated power supply, a semi-custom processor and GPU from AMD powering this machine, and it's coming at a price tag of $500 US. I mean, let's quickly do quick conversion in our head here. Quick. Yo, actually, damn, I can't do quick math tonight. My brain is mush. Call it about 10K, 10,000 Rand for a Steam console. And I mean, this is not their first attempt either. But if we look at what it is now, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's a small little cube. Everything's contained inside. Input and output ports 4 days for what you could wish for. USB, RJ45, everything that you could wish for. And honestly, I like the cube design that they've gone for. Let me see if I can grab us a nice image of the cube design, and then we can quickly talk about it here. All right, there we go. So I've just highlighted it here. There you can have a quick look. You can see what the design is that Steam is going for, and I think they did absolutely phenomenal in their choice. At the end of the day, this is going to shake the market, because you know what's the big thing, guys? You're not paying for online play. You're not paying Xbox Game Pass. You're not paying PlayStation Network, anything like that. You are just getting a console to which you can play Steam games at a fairly decent resolution. I mean, if you're a graphic junkie and you want your fix, you're going to get yourself a PC. You're going to build yourself a custom PC, and you're going to go down that road. It is an inevitable thing that is going to happen. But now, along with the Steam console that was announced, we also got the new Steam controller. And if we look, we got actually a nice picture of it right here. It's different. I'm gonna say it is different. When I first saw the news about it, I was like, okay, really, you know, I mean, against your first generation, which we can actually see right here, we don't have touchpads anymore, which I absolutely am in love with, and I think it's a very, very good decision from Steam's side. But they've just now shifted down, and now we've got actual analog sticks with a D-pad, your X, Y, B, A buttons, and it kind of is a mixture between the PlayStation controller and the Xbox controller, which I think is phenomenal. Well done, Steam. And I think, honestly, they're going to do extremely well with this. I mean, if we look at the Steam Deck, which was the portable gaming rig that Steam released, that's been doing phenomenally. And we've got the Asus ROG, the Lenovo Legion Go, a whole bunch of, can I call them duplicates, that are coming out doing the Steam Deck game, and it's absolutely fantastic. They did exceptionally well. I think it's a phenomenal thing, absolutely phenomenal thing. And that honestly is on the gaming side that I think is worthwhile mentioning before I go into what I want to actually highlight, which I only found out later today after I had finished with work. Is a new game that has come out. Ooh, what the heck is this game? What is this song? Nah. We're gonna switch it up. Sorry guys, we're gonna switch it up real quick. There we go. Where Winds Meet, I believe is the name. Let me quickly get it here, because I downloaded it and I gave it a quick little squiz. Where Winds Meet, there we go. That's what I want to talk about real quick. This is taking the Twitch side by storm, a free-to-play game where winds meet, and I can see a couple of my friends are currently playing that game as we speak. I watched Dead RX play a little bit of it today as well, and I'm flabbergasted actually at the kind of game that it is, which is absolutely free. 100 gig installation, and you have yourself an absolutely phenomenal game to play for a little while. I've only played 24 minutes of it, you guys can see that, but in all honesty, I enjoyed it. I think it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Those 24 minutes, mwah, chef's kiss, honestly. And I would recommend, if you guys want to go and find yourself a decent game that's free to play and you just want to have a little bit of fun, go check Where Winds Meet. All the Twitch streamers are into it for some other reason or other, which actually reminds me of another game that I wanted to bring up tonight. Let me quickly scroll up there while we're busy with that. And it seems like everybody's enjoying it, and it's community-based as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm loving it. I think this is phenomenal to see. Right, Arc Raiders. Chat, I played this last week Friday. Guys, I played this last week Friday on stream. Semi-decent stream, good traction, everything was good. I don't know if it's a game that is going to actually hold its grounding. I'm going to be absolutely honest with a lot of you. I don't think it's going to be a game that's going to hold its grounding. It's got potential to do so, but we're going to have to see the community dedicate themselves into playing the game. I don't see this being a long-term game that many people are going to play. I think we're going to see a lot of people switching back to Valorant and that sort of gameplay, CSGO, that sort of thing, and Arc Raiders is going to slowly be left behind. Like a lot of the new games today, there is nothing significant as of yet that has caught the attention of the community that they're like, I am going to be sticking to this and I'm going to be enjoying this big time. But with that being said, I think, speaking about future games, I do want to bring one game across. We're going to watch the trailer together real quick so that we can how can I say, just get a feel for it. I think this is probably one of the games that we can be excited for. And I think one of the games that is actually going to potentially throw a couple people in their heads. And I might have a bit of a bias being a fan of the franchise already. But I think, honestly, we are going to see some very good gameplay and such come from this game. And with that being said, let me quickly stop the music here and we'll switch over and go check it out.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting. I suppose this is another teachable moment.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. James Bond First Light coming soon. I believe in February or March of 2026, we're going to be seeing an early release for the game, which I am super, super excited for. I think this is something to be looking forward to, especially considering that the James Bond franchise has been coming for such a long way. I mean, I still have a game from James Bond where it was from the 1990s, 1995, somewhere around about there. Interesting game. Very well done. I might be mistaken on my year. Don't quote me on that. I might be mistaken on my year. But yeah, so there we go, chat. That's one of the bigger games that I'm excited for that is potentially coming out of next year. And of course, Witcher 4, we will jump into the trailer shortly and analyze a few things that we can talk about. Hey, Rafs, how's it going, Rafs? How's it going, Rafs? The man, the myth, the legend himself, who brought us the esports side of things. And I want to say thank you so much again. Shout out to OG Rafs. Let's quickly check what his shout out is going to bring for us. Thank you so much, Rafs. I truly appreciate you jumping on board this bandwagon and potentially making the drip a beautiful thing. Let's see. Here he is, guys. Go check him out, the Valorant legend himself. And I can truly say, honestly, one of the coolest peeps that I have met on the streaming scene. And I don't say that lightly. Right, guys, please go check him out. Go show him some love. Rafs, mwah, thank you, sir. Okay, coming back to what we were speaking of just slightly earlier. We have the James Bond First Light coming through, a franchise that's been coming through for a very long time, and I'm excited to see this game. We're getting a Hitman kind of vibe going. I got you, bro. You got me. I got you, boo. Much appreciated, Rafs. We're getting a Hitman kind of vibe with James Bond. I can't think of any other perfect combo, in all honesty. The Hitman franchise, the Hitman games are absolutely phenomenal in what they do. And now we are getting a James Bond mix of that. Absolutely fantastic. That is something that we can definitely be looking forward to in 2026. And I think the highlight for this evening that I want to discuss is The Witcher 4. We're going to quickly watch the trailer as well for The Witcher 4. And then we're going to take it from there. We're going to break it down a little bit and see what we think about it, and I'm just going to give my opinion on it. Chat, please engage. If you guys have an opinion, let me see it, hear it, let me see it. And at the end of the day, yes, this episode might be a bit slapstick. It was, from my side, a bit difficult to get everything absolutely ready, considering that I need to work the longer hours this week. I've got American family over, so I want to go visit them as well. So after this, I'm going to be jumping and visiting with them. And yeah, guys, we actually got there's going to be a potential chance that we're going to be going to Riftflay Nature Reserve, and then I'm actually going to see if the family will allow me to stream that, and we're going to check how AfriHost on mobile does for streaming. And then we can actually start building up towards one episode that I want to do, which is, what does a ZA streamer need to do IRL content creation? I have dived deep into that rabbit hole, and when I say deep, flipping 3 coins is not even going to get me out of the rabbit hole. That's how deep I have gone into it. I have checked, I have researched. There's so many things that you can do, but the ideal solution, considering crime in South Africa, signal in South Africa, and just the fact that streaming in South Africa is not necessarily, how can I say, something that, you know, you're a streamer. You know, it's like TikTok is kind of taken off in that frontier, but it's not on the level of where, you know, where we want it to be as of yet. It's not like in America, UK. So if we can bring the IRL streaming scene to South Africa, I think that is going to be a market that we can definitely fill. There's a project that I know that I'm a part of in the works that we're hopefully going to be re-looking at next year to bring some IRL content. But like I said, we're going to be hopefully be able to build up some research further just to finalize, is AfriHost probably the best option for IRL content creators, considering the price of their data and considering how much data it takes to stream a full HD stream out to Twitch. And that's all we are basing our premise off of. But that's in the later Drip episodes. And I want to bring in some people to interview as well and that sort of thing. So chat, that is basically what's happening here. That's basically what we're talking about. And right now, I'm going to say, fasten your seatbelts. We have a very, very, very long trailer. It is 6 minutes long that we're going to be watching now of The Witcher 4. And we're going to break this down and analyze it afterwards and say, from the Witcher fan perspective, how do we feel about it? Do we feel good? Do we feel bad? Chat, be sure to give me your opinions while we are watching this. If you see something you don't like, pop it in the chat. If you see something you like, pop it in the chat. Let's see what you all think about it so that we can come to a general consensus of this long anticipated sequel, I think is the right word, or the long anticipated next release in the Witcher franchise. Are we actually excited enough for it? So let's quickly get crack-a-lacking on that. Oh, I know my keel uitgepraat, chommas. We're going to quickly pause here and I'll check you on the other side.
Dearest daughter, I've watched ye grow from a devilishly curious child into a remarkable young lass with much grace, wisdom, and kindness. Tain't the easy times what shape us, nay. 'Tis how we rise to face the hard times what does that for us. Ye've an heart of gold. Ye've the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling, sweeten. Today's the day ye fill out your destiny.
Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
A witcher? Witcher! Whose coin did ye take? Nay, you can't. 'Tis tradition. Chosen she is, by the gods.
No! You chose her. Back to the village. Go, now.
Nay! I must save them! Save the village!
Save yourself! Run! To shelter! To your father! Run!
She were to go to the woods. The chosen one. His tradition. Oh no, no, no. It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
All right. So, before we get back into it, I want to start breaking down a couple of things that I saw in the trailer when I first watched it originally, but as well, oh, I see we're going to need a bit more light over here. Let me quickly sort that out. I see the camera is struggling tad little bit, but we're going to break down a couple of things that we saw here, which is going to be then basically this is what the drip is, and this is what we're going to be talking about. This is what we're going to be doing. And I think, honestly, hello, gaan jy nou die ligte gaan nou nie aan nie. There we go. All right, just a bit more light. There we go. So this is what the drip is about. And we're going to be breaking down things. We're going to be chatting about things. We're going to be seeing what we can bring through. So I think, you know what, considering that we are talking about The Witcher, let's quickly open up another YouTube page and just get some nice, calming White Orchard going while we break down what can be seen in this trailer. And with that being said, something I rediscovered the other night that I think we'll end off the night with is Mercedes Sound Drive. I just want to bring that to everybody's attention again. I also hear that the thunder's rolling in again, chat. Our weather has been very interesting as of late. I am not going to lie. Okay, let's see. Sweet. There we go. We got a little bit of background music. That's what we want. So let's break down Witcher 4. Let's break down what we saw immediately. And I want to come quickly to, I think, what is probably the biggest, oh my goodness, moment that came from this trailer. Ciri is a Witcher. And when I say that, she has gone through the trials of grass. She has gone through everything. Well, this is what we can gather by the fact that she has cat eyes, right? It means that she would have to have subjected herself to the trials of grass, which we can remember, if I'm not mistaken, remember, I can be factually wrong in many instances. This is obviously a nice show. If you guys see that I'm saying something wrong, put it in chat. We rectify it, chop chop. So, with that being said, Ciri's a Witcher, which means she went through the trials of grass, which means she did all the trials. And because it's a school of the wolf, it would have been the 3 trials where, you know, they go through starvation and dehydration, then they go through the trials of grass, and then subject their bodies to even further torture, and finally being left alone in the woods at midnight, specifically told, find your way back to the house before morning, or to the school before morning. And we know that in The Witcher, the forests are not kind to the people. So, with that being said, Ciri had to have undergone all of this. Even though we know in Witcher 3 she did go through training with Geralt, we don't know that she actually did the rest of the trials. So, this has to indicate that there was some sort of transitioning period where Cirilda went and did the trials of grass. So we are now getting the story of Ciri as the Witcher. But then that begs the question for me, because of her eldritch blood, or because of the elven blood, or whatever blood it was that gave her the powers within the third Witcher, what is going on? Are we going to be seeing a mesh of powers here? Which is something that I want to bring up a little bit later down the line. Obviously, if we go further into the story, we see it is the typical Witcher rescue scenario. All right, this monster is trying to lure the villagers into doing certain things which is not supposed to be done. Sacrificial thing is obviously not on the cards for most people. And obviously, shame, poor girl, she's the one who's been chosen by the villagers to go do a thing. As we saw in the beginning, she was being prepped. I mean, there was a nice crown for her over there. Where's that crown? There you can see that she's getting prepped. You know, shame. So the villagers chose her and say, "Oi, jy's die een wat gaan. Now go jump off a bridge or whatever." You know, so shame. Now she's out here, you know, trying to save the village, but obviously, as witches, being what they are, monster hunters, they know what's up. So Ciri then obviously comes in, goes into the big crevice to go and fight this monster. And of course, as in typical Witcher fashion, we do see the potion being drunk, signifying, oh, I see we're on an ad break, so I'm going to quickly take this point a bit longer, signifying the fact that she's a Witcher. Because should a mere mortal take the potions to which a Witcher makes, the alchemical concentration is so strong, I don't think humans can actually process what is going on. So that obviously defeats a lot of the purpose at the end of the day for a Witcher. You know, they want to make sure that they're safe at the end of the day. So the potion drinking, I believe if we look at the color of the eyes, that she might have taken cat, which is the potion that is used for night vision. So that's what I'm assuming. Then we move on to the monster. When I first saw this battle start with the monster, let's see if we can get a nice freeze frame over here. That's actually a phenomenal freeze frame, but not the point that I want to quickly get to. There we go. That's a beautiful freeze frame. I thought that we're seeing some insectoid monstrosities coming back. towards Witcher 4, which I was excited for. At the end of the day, I think the Insectoid Monstrosities was one of the few ones that I listened. You know, you guys did well on the art style. Very well done to you guys for that. But no, now that's where the other freeze frame where I was like, that's actually perfect. We can see here that this monster is a monster, as it makes me think of a Chort or something similar from Witcher 3, where it had a bit of magical abilities within it as well. But now we come to this point here where I beg the question of, are we going to see Ciri's powers return, not just as Ignis and Ard, and I'm trying to think, Ignis, Ard, Yrden, Axie, and there's a fifth one that I'm forgetting, Quinn. Are we going to see them as the 5 signs that we know within The Witcher? Let me just go through them again. Igni, Ard, Axie, Quinn, and Yrden. Are we going to see that return? Because what this looks like to me over here is that she's still got the elvish powers going on within her, because if we dig then further into the trailer where she then electrifies this thing, I don't remember Geralt or anybody similar along those lines to have been taught such abilities. I don't remember this, so that potentially then tells me that we are seeing potentially a mixture of Witcher powers and Elvish powers coming into Witcher 4. I'm super excited for that nonetheless. And obviously, in typical Witcher fashion, we got the beautiful fight that takes place. And then, of course, where one of my favorite sayings, I quoted to people, I quoted to humanity, even to fellow Christians I quoted, because I tell them, listen, this is truth. There is so much truth in this quote that Geralt of Rivia gave us in Witcher 3's trailer. Evil is evil, lesser, greater, or meddling. The degree is arbitrary and the vision is blurred. If I had to choose between two evils, I would not choose at all. Chat, let that sink in for a second. That is a very powerful saying in itself, because you can see that Ciri is facing this now. We're just going to let it play as we talk about it. You can see it is raining again, chat, so just please look after yourselves in that. We can see here that, you know, she's super upset now. She's like, what's going on? Why are we back? Kid's dead. And you can clearly tell it was the villagers that did it, because why? Sacrifices need to be made. The villagers get cooked up in their head here that they don't know right from wrong in terms of the monsters. So what then happens? They get cooked, chat. Plain and simple. And it sucks. But unfortunately, that's what ends up happening at the end of the day. But then again, nonetheless, chat, Witcher 4 is on its way to us. I cannot wait. I will pre-order this game. I will do everything that I can to get this. And you can see, you know, what we talk about. There's obviously videos where people can, you know, go rather find more information. But you know, we say, fuck it, we ball, right? Fuck it, we ball. So, yeah, and with that being said, chat, we are coming to a close for episode 1. Like I said, there was not too much on the docket for today. I didn't really have the time to sit down and make all of the things that I wanted to make for today, but at least you guys are now getting the idea of what the drip is going to be every Monday. And we'll get people on here, we'll interview people, we'll do the whole shebang. All right, now I want to talk about, for the last little segment for today, a year ago Mercedes-Benz came out with this technology, and I found it again last night, and I was like, oh my soul, I want to talk about this. I want to bring it to everybody's attention, because will.i.am knocked it out of the park with Mercedes-Benz creating what they call Sound Drive. Now, you guys might be asking, Coin, what the hell is Sound Drive? I am going to show you through the What's Inside's family video what Sound Drive is. I actually want to see if there's maybe not a YouTube short that we can... Oh, here we go. All right, chat. So we're going to look at this YouTube short, and you guys are then going to get a sense for what Sound Drive actually is. So let's quickly see. So we're going to start it again, okay? will.i.am co-created this with Mercedes-Benz and all their engineers. I thought this is freaking amazing. But listen to this.
Right now we're idle. And so this is like idle music. When the car is still, you have this ambiance. My foot is on the pedal. brake pedal. So now I'm gonna rev. It's the rev. Take it off. The drums come in at 15 miles an hour. Brake. Pay attention to the turn.
Whoa.
Left turn.
Chat, for those of you who didn't realize what just happened, okay, we'll just play this again from the top, but while I'm talking to you guys about it, okay, ever so softly in the background. This is coming out in Mercedes-Benz. If I'm not mistaken, it's already out as we speak, but this is what's happening. The sensors inside of the car is creating music. Now, you just heard the idle music. The brake pedal is pressed. He revs, he gets different tunes. You can hear it there. The tunes change, right? And you can hear the changes happening. And when he turns, listen, the sensors kick in. I'm making music. So this is Mercedes-Benz's new thing that they want to introduce, to my understanding. And as far as I know, it's currently available inside of AMG vehicles that you can go and play with. Honestly, Chad, I'm going to be dead ass honest with you. I would legit go and buy a Mercedes-Benz AMG if I had the cash, obviously. If I had the cash, I'd go buy a Mercedes-Benz AMG just to have sound drive, you know? And I'm telling you now, because this technology is so good, there is going to be somebody who is going to go and copy Mercedes-Benz sound drive, and they're going to make a little module that you can plug into any car that you own, right? Any car that you own. And you can then have sound drive in your own vehicle. I can promise you that that is going to be something that's going to be coming in the future. All right. But now, with that being said, chat, I do want to go spend time with my family. I wanted to honor my commitment, but I do want to go spend time with my family. So, chat, just to reiterate, what is the drip? The drip is going to be Central Hub every Monday, 7 to 8:30 p.m. on a Monday, right here on Twitch, where you guys can get your latest game news, tech news, and esports news within the ZA community. Okay, make sure that you slot it in like it's the news. Slot it in. And then you guys will be able to then see the amazing things that we can talk about, that we can share, etc., etc., etc. I think, honestly, this is going to be an amazing, amazing time. I'm looking forward to what's coming. Rafs is going to be helping us, and I'm going to be getting a couple of our own people on board as well. And yeah. With that being said, why don't we make use of the news news theme to have our exit for tonight? So, chat, for those of you who joined in Fuck It We Ball episode 1 of The Drip, thank you so much. I hope you guys get the vision that I'm going for, and hopefully by the time next Monday comes along that we will be a bit more prepared and we'll have a bit more of a grounding in what is going to happen in the streams. So I hear blurbs going off. I don't hear them though. I don't know why I don't hear the blurbs. Hey Ruby, what's up, Ruby? Anyway, chat. With that being said, be safe.